Hey everyone, welcome back once again. We are playing Feed the Beast in 1.5.2. This is Unleashed, a custom version with Greg Tech. And now that we've got that out of the way, we need to talk a little bit about a mod that I haven't really discussed a whole lot yet, and that is Mistcraft. And Mistcraft is one of the older Feed the Beast mods. It's been in there for a long time, and it's gone through a lot of changes in the past. One of the things I use Mistcraft for, in fact, one of the things I only use Mistcraft for these days, is creating what's called linking books. So a linking book, I think I talked about these maybe in an older episode. Let me go between dimensions and link to a different linking book. So for instance, this one sends me to my nether fortress, and then I can just return here, which is pretty cool. One moment. Okay. Had to close something. So the idea here is you can use these as teleports as long as you've got book stands and a book linked on each side. You can kind of just move between places. And I typically like to use these between my quarries, like this one. The Twilight Forest goes to my quarry in the forest. An old one, the first one I set up here actually. Oh, I forgot I had all these. Oh, we're gonna grab these guys. Where is my... There it is. I got a lot of bees. Don't know if any of them are good, but we got them. Lots of Rockies, which I guess are good for breeding, but we'll find out. We will find out. Do I have any ores I need to move? I don't think so. Some combs, some uranium. I think I might just grab the uranium. Okay. I gotta remember that I have all this stuff. I keep forgetting, actually, that I have it. All this can actually be moved. Yeah, all this can be moved. Interesting. But yeah, so these books let you move between dimensions. You can't move between areas in the same dimension. So if I wanted to warp to another spot in the overworld, I would have to set up a separate type of book. And that book has to have a modifier called intralinking, I believe. And I've already got one of these panels. So I'll go through the process of making these so you guys know how to do it if you're unfamiliar. It's not really that difficult. So first thing we do is we throw a paper in this inkwell. And I've already got the ink in it. To get the ink in here, all you do is you take a glass bottle, you put some ink sacs on it, and you get an ink bottle. You need water in it first. And then you put it in here, and it gives you one bottle worth. Now if I pulled this out here, it would just be a regular link panel. It wouldn't have the intralinking, so we have to try to apply that. And how we do that, it's kind of luck based. The longer this stays green, the higher my chance of getting the intralinking modifier. And so every time I put gold dust in here, it increases that chance. See, it stays green for a very long time now. I'll just throw the rest in there. Yeah, I've got a lot of gold dust, so I don't really care about using it up. And then we need another piece of leather. So once you've got a panel, you just throw a piece of leather on there, and we get the unlinked linking books with intralinking. I gotta remember to say that right. The first thing I'll do is I'll come over here, and I will set this intralinking book to here, so this spot. And then we need to go through, then we need to actually walk down to where I'm going to be linking to, and then link that book as well. So first things first is, of course, to use this. Okay, so this book is linked. It's got intralinking, and it's linked here. So the next thing we've got to do is go to where I'm going to be putting my quarry, which is way down there. And we'll just kind of walk down there and discuss some things. So yeah, lately I haven't been uploading a whole lot. It's been like once a week with me. I have not been even keeping up to date with my article Aftermath. Again, it's just been no time at all. In fact, right after this, I'm going straight into working more on a programming project, which is due next weekend. I'm doing more Java stuff. Hopefully, I can turn that Java knowledge into mod making skills, but we'll see what happens. I've got a speech to give, a bunch of other things. These thorns, Ow! Dang it. They damage you if you touch them. Oh no! 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 Oh, you can get out of this just by boosting, can't you? There we go. Quicksand, you fall in. It kind of sucks. And this, what is this biome actually? This is called a brushland. It's not really that impressive. There's a lot of mobs beneath me. Oop, found some bees. Cool. Oh, some more bees. There's a lot of these resonating hives in this area. That's like a magic forest. I'm not sure what's up with that. It's kind of weird. Almost there. This is the ocean biome. Well, some of it is anyways. A lot of it's actually river biome, and you can kind of tell on your map which part of it is ocean, which part of it is river. And you can see through the level. There's a couple torches down there. I've already explored around this area, and the reason I did so is because I wanted to see. Oh, look at that shaft. Oh, it's probably because of oil. Yep. And you can see where I had a quarry previously. Yeah, we're gonna go. Oh, I hope I have blocks. I do. Sweet. We're just gonna go over here and we're gonna place the quarry down. And if you can see on my mini map, you may or may not be able to. That is where the dark spot is actually where the ocean biome is. So we want to go. Like if we just went, if I get rid of this and this, and we put a torch down, so the stuff doesn't spawn here at night. Then we'll just go out maybe to here, because it's easy to put some stuff down. And try to set up another quarry right here. Actually, we might be able to go farther with this. It's just a pain to level it out. Yeah. Okay. Now, I can't remember if... Okay, yeah, so I'm on the bottom level. And get all you stuff. Alright. And the quarry goes down. At least that much of it. So we'll want to go a fair distance out this way. Well, at least I mean, 64 is our max. We can go 64 blocks straight ahead and then place some stuff down. So not sure how far is too far. Let's try right here. I don't know if I'm on the same line anymore, but we will find out. Yes, I am. Cool. So that goes there. And then we get back over. And we trigger the landmark. So the landmark, of course, gives us our area that we need to... that we will be mining out. We'll be mining out everything in this area all the way down to bedrock. And put that down, and that gives us our range. And we throw an energy tesseract and an item tesseract on this to get things going. So item tesseract sent to my main input. This goes right into my ME system. And then the energy tesseract gets connected to my main power. And this thing will start to do what it does. Nothing too crazy here. Grab some wood. Make a little platform up here. Guess I'll go this way. Let's already mine this out. This doesn't need to be too big. I'm not going to do a whole lot with it. Torch. And now we need our book stand, which goes here. And this is going to be the spot for our book. So if I hit this, I would go back to where I initially turned this book green. But I don't want to do that quite yet because I need to have a secondary book. And I will just do it like this. Okay. So now we go back. And we're back. What do you know? And now, boom. And now we can go back. Check that out. Fancy. And you can see it's already doing its work. It's getting rid of all the sand and the other miscellaneous materials, which is good. You know, having those blocks isn't bad at all. And that's set up. So we did a little bit of Mistcraft. We did a little bit of mining. The next step is to start talking about bee stuff. It's bee time. Time to get going with that. So let's just jump right into it. I don't feel like doing a cut. To do bees, we need a couple of things. Maybe I should just build those off camera. You know what? I will. So I will get started on that. I'll get some machines set up, and we'll talk about some of the beginnings of the process of doing things with these little guys, which I hope I can figure out, because I'm still learning it myself. We have lots of rocky princesses and drones. There are a lot. Yeah, so I'll be back in a bit. I have been very, very busy. In fact, you could say I've been a busy bee. So yeah, I got into bees quite a bit, and I experiment with it. I wanted to get some of the beginner stuff out of the way before I just threw myself at it. And I'll kind of talk about what's going on here so far, what I've learned. I'm still in the process of figuring things out. Yeah, we'll talk about these in a minute. Okay. So bees, what are they? What do they do? So I've talked about having, you know, all these bees in here. You find them in hives throughout the world, and I've been storing them in this apiarist backpack, and also an apiarist chest. So I've got a chest, and then I've got a couple more in here that I've been experimenting with. Over here are some machines that I need to process materials in order to make some of these guys, including the apiaries. So first of all, let's talk about these three machines. We have the squeezer, the carpenter, and the centrifuge. This is all forestry, by the way. So the squeezer squeezes seeds, and I'll show you what I mean. If we grab some pumpkins, and we craft those into their seeds, we stick those in the squeezer, it's going to take them and turn them into seed oil. We need seed oil to make impregnated sticks and impregnated casings. Why do we need those? Because they're important crafting recipes, or important for crafting recipes, including the apiary, which we can look up. Apiary, which is right here. The apiary takes some wood and impregnated casing, and then some planks, some wood planks. Impregnated casing itself is just wood in a pattern. So if I took wood and I made a pattern right here, these two sticks would instead become an impregnated casing, and if I put wood in here and I kept it in here, it would just create impregnated casings. But it needs seed oil to do all this, so that's why I've got this pipe that would be filled with seed oil. I've got it shut off right now, and that would, of course, get me my impregnated casings and impregnated sticks. The sticks are used to make frames. I'll talk about that in a little bit. The centrifuge, this is here to process honeycombs, which you get sometimes if you pick up a hive with a scoop. Otherwise, you get honeycombs when your bees are breeding. So back over to here, this is the apiary. The apiary is where your bees do their thing. Oh, dang it. That's not what I wanted. It's where your bees kind of, do whatever. They breed, essentially. And what you do is you put in on the top slot a princess and the bottom slot a drone, and then they'll become more bees. Pretty simple. And what I need to do is, I need more, do some honey. And I need to check to make sure this guy, this is what I've been kind of working on for a while. This guy, okay, he's cultivated common. Alright. I need to just mix him with one of these commons. It really doesn't matter which. Oh, this is a pure yes, that's what I want, I think. Okay, this is pure common drone. And this is a cultivated common hybrid. So if I crossbreed these two, I should get, I have a chance to get one of these common, a common princess. Okay, and that might have gone over your head if you're not familiar with bee breeding. Oh, got a comb. So like this guy right here, like I put the princess in on top, and I put the drone on the bottom, and this bar here fills up. When this bar, as it goes down, it will output a certain number of combs. Sometimes not. And what'll happen is I'll also get some offspring, usually like 2 drones and then 1 princess. You don't ever get any more princesses, but you are able to get that extra drone every time you run the cycle. And depending on the fertility of the bee, you can get more. So every bee has its own different information, which we can view in the Beealyzer. So this one shows its traits, what's active, what's inactive, and what it likes, the environment that it likes to be in to do its breeding, what it can produce, other information about its mutations, and stuff about classifications. Oh, Sengir. Sengir is pretty funny. These casings, like I talked about before, these casings are in here. You make them with the impregnated sticks. This is just to get more combs, because I need more combs. Combs are needed to fuel the Beealyzer, so I know what exactly I have. And I just put them in my centrifuge, and I get the honey out of it. Yep, there's a honey drop. And that lets me run my Beealyzer, which I need to make sure I know what's going on. Of course, while the bees are running, they got the little particle effects coming out of the top. And I kind of just let them do their thing for a while until I have to sleep. They don't work during the night, so I do need to make sure I sleep right away if I want them to keep working. Unfortunately. So yeah, they're kind of just, doing whatever. Oh, not daytime. They do not work at night. They're not nocturnal, but you can get nocturnal bees, which would be cool. And they usually take a while, so it's kind of a pain. I switched up my farm over here to support these pumpkins, so that I could have pumpkins going. I put the advanced solar panel on top of it, so we could get more stuff going on. Do I have any dirt just lying around? I've still got this huge hole right here down in my system. I was going to hook up another generator. In fact, I crafted one, and then I ended up not using it. I just stick it there for now. You can see from the harvester power, it never really goes down anymore. It doesn't really like to harvest the pumpkins frequently for whatever reason. And I really don't think these are working, so I'm probably just going to break these. Because I've honestly never seen them work. Just grow new ones. There we go. And for this one, I've just got the diamond transport pipe down here set to pumpkins, send them through the tesseract immediately. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple. And then, yeah, there just goes the squeezer. Take them out, put them in the squeezer. Everything's kind of manual right now. This isn't even my final setup by any means. Once I get to an automated setup, things will be running a lot smoother. Oh, this one's done. So we could see from this cycle, we got a Meadows Princess, a Meadows Drone, and a Cultivated Drone. Cultivated Drone, Cultivated Drone, Common Drone, Meadows Princess, Meadows Princess. Now this Meadows Princess is probably part cultivated. If I check it. Oh no, it's part common. I'm kind of losing track. I've got a bunch of bees that I'm just experimenting with, kind of just running them over and over and over again, just see what happens. Yeah. So let's go. I'm trying to get a common bee. So a bee that's common and common. You get that by crossing meadows and forest, and then you can get a common. I'm getting common drones, but I can't seem to get common princesses, which is what I really need. So I'm going to put this back in here, and then I'm going to stick a common in there. So a common drone. I'm going to try to get this into becoming a common princess, and then from there make that common princess become a pure common princess. But it's taking a lot of trial and error, and I'm kind of experimenting with it right now for fun, because it's kind of cool to breed the bees up a bunch of times. And I keep getting these new cultivated drones. It's something I got recently. One bee I would really like to get is called the farmed bee, and it creates a comb that's worth a lot of seed oil. Because this isn't giving me a whole lot of seed oil. It might look like it, but it definitely is not that much. It will go through this real quick. So it's just taking the materials out of my oak wood. The carpenter is pretty cool. It makes a lot of things. So I'll kind of just let that run. I'll probably use up all my seed oil for that. Make some more of these impregnated frames so I can get more combs. I could put my soul frames back in. They're supposed to increase mutation chance, but I'm not sure if I want to use them. Anyways, I'll let this run for a bit, and then we'll come back and see where we got. Alright, I'm back for another update. So I've been doing some more breeding, and I think I've got to a pretty good spot. I just want to go over where I've gone through so far. What I'm trying to do is get to Imperial and Industrious bees. So to do that, I've got to breed a bunch of bees. And again, I'm following Generic's Bee Academy tutorial, which is really good. He's got a really good series on it. You know, if you're not already watching Generic Bee, I would recommend it because it's pretty cool. Anyways, what we have here, and this is empty still. I need to throw some things in there. Let's go Rocky Princess with a something. It doesn't really matter. I'm just kind of experimenting at this point. With let's put a cultivated drone in. Right? Or maybe we should check and see what these guys are all about before we just go ahead and breed random things together. This is Rocky cultivated, so I'm going to throw it in with a cultivated common and see what we get out of this. I think I would get a pure cultivated. There's a good chance of it anyways. I'll get a mutation of some sort. Anyways, gotta let that do its thing. This is my experimental apiary, basically. What we have here are 2 pure bees. So I finally got some pure bees that aren't available in the wild, is what I have here. This is a pure common queen, and this is a pure cultivated queen. So I've got cultivated and common. These are important because by combining these two, you can get the noble bee. The noble bee, of course, gives you the majestic bee, which you combine with some other things to get the diligent bee, and then you move on from, or combine with the diligent bee to get other things, and so on and so forth, and it's a long and convoluted process. And I got some more combs. I need a centrifuge to get more honey so I can beelize more things. I had a bee earlier that had the noble trait, and I kind of lost it. Oh, what's this? So, okay, so check this out. This one is the red text at the bottom there, the diurnal, I can't say that, and nocturnal. What that means is that it can operate during the day and the night. So even if I went to sleep, it would still, or even if I didn't go to sleep, it would still run. It runs 24/7, which is really cool. That's a cool trait. get some honeycombs, and then throw them back in here. And that's kind of the process I've been repeating. It is not necessarily the most fun thing to do, but we're getting places. We're getting places. And then, of course, pumpkins. Getting more of those. The other thing I did recently is I set up a blast furnace. This is a railcraft blast furnace, and I'm turning... Oh, takes coal coke to run. Why you not work? Does it not work if it's got full creosote? Is that what's going on here? What's going on? I don't know why this isn't processing the coal. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. It should be turning that into coal coke. Turned 6 of it into it, and then it just stopped. What is going on with you? Break the bottom one. I think the bottom one is the one that controls. It's... No? What's going on here? Maybe this coal has a different data value? Then I don't understand how I got the 6 earlier. Huh. I need to go to sleep so my bees run. Yeah, that's really odd. Not sure what to make of it. Anyways, the aluminum's a good material to have. I can't make it in my industrial blast furnace yet, so I'll just make it in my regular blast furnace for now. And I totally forgot the entire reason I went over there, which was to load up my bioreactor. I'm thinking about shutting this lava power off. I don't really need it anymore. I'll probably just disable that. There's no reason really to have it at this point. These bee particles are really lagging me though. Mostly just when I record, but it's still a pain. More combs, squeezers, and you see the process here, and it's taking a while. Again, I'll just come back with an update in a bit. I'll see what happens when I try to go for the noble attribute, as well as diligent, I believe. I need both of those. So yeah, I'll be back in a bit. I think it's about time to wrap things up here. The episode's kind of dragging on for a bit. I'm still using my cultivated and commons to just produce more offspring and honeycombs, and I'm trying to get another pure cultivated bee. Hopefully that will happen, and then after that I need a pure common, and then once I have both of those I can start trying to breed them together to get a pure, either a pure noble and a pure diligent. I want to have just pure bees of each type, at least one of each. That way I can always create more drones, and at least as long as you have one pure princess and one pure drone, you can create any number of pure drones, which is good to have, so you can do all that crossbreeding. So I want to make sure I have all that before I move on to any next steps. I don't want to ruin my pure bees by trying to crossbreed them with each other right now, and then I won't be able to have them, and things can go wrong with that. So I'd rather take my time with this. So next episode, hopefully I have some new bees, and we'll be moving on, I hope, to bigger and better ways to breed these guys very, very soon. And maybe a new building, maybe something over there. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching, and until next time then.